So guys, I had this very unusual 683 barrel hanging around for a while. You can see it's a smooth bore. This is a Lapco barrel. It used to be a whole lot longer than you can see. I've cut it down because the 683 was very unusual and I didn't want a really long one. So cut at the minimum I could. This is 7 inches. Factory Tipx barrel is 6 inches. Problem with this barrel is it flares up to 1 inch, but you can see here it reduces down to 7/8 and goes back up to 1 inch. Here's hoping, I'm gonna just test it out, that the flare falls right in the right spot that'll go through the front of my Tipx. Kind of is going to look like a musket, I think, though, but let's see what it does.
What's up, guys? So, there it is. Does it look like a musket? It looks a little strange with the flared end. And it's been a while since I looked at this barrel. I bought it many moons ago. And there's actually an identification mark on there. It's a Desert Edge by Lapco. It was for, I believe, it was made for their speedball teams that they sponsored. And it was designed so that an extension went on the end. So looking back now, this had a little short section here that was also externally threaded, and then you threaded on another extension to create the length of barrel you wanted for your marker. Obviously, I didn't need that thread. There was no matching muzzle brakes that would thread onto it. So the decision was made, lop it off. It is a 683 smooth bore. So I'm gonna test it because I have it. I reached out to Grimberg asking about the A5 barrel, whether it's still in production. I'm not sure. I think that it is, but it's been a while since I purchased one, and mine got damaged during an incident in my M17 with a metallic round. And I bent the end, so I've never been exactly happy with it since then. I use it for testing, but it would make a great candidate to cut down to fit this profile better. But I don't want to cut my only barrel, not knowing that I can't get a replacement. So I reached out, find out if that's going to be a problem or not. So let's see what the 683 does. Historically, this barrel didn't give me any gain. So I'm going to be testing with the 10 gram or 9.9 gram riot balls. I tested these 9.9 grams up, down, sideways, backwards, and it didn't matter the bore size, either whether it was a 0.682 to a 0.684, they performed identical. So I kind of gave up on the search for a better option than what I created with this by just cutting off some random expensive speedball barrel. I don't know what it's gonna do. It hopefully does better than, I was knocking on 47 joules yesterday with the factory Tipx barrel. It's a little bit on the sloppy side. The finish on the inside isn't as good as a Lapco or a Grimberg for that matter. So there probably are some minuscule gains that might eke me to that goal. My regulator currently is kind of at a point where I don't want to do too much more to it unless I can get the parts for it, which I have ordered. Sometimes when you push the envelope a little bit, you break things, and breaking things that you cannot replace, well, that's no good. Let's see what this thing does. 9.9 gram, 16 gram, 683 barrel. 7-inch 683 barrel. So it is an inch longer than the factory TIPX barrel. Oh, there's my 50, I think, right there. Did I mention, is it cheating with longer barrel? It might be cheating. You guys tell me. Does that look odd? Is that barrel too long for this marker? Does it take away from it? I would love to see it an inch shorter. Hence why I'd like to cut my Grimberg barrel down and do the same test again and see if I'm not knocking on that 50. $2.90. You guys get the point. Last one. Hey, I can count again. Same CO2. I'm gonna jam some Grimberg Jewels through there. I only put 5 in here because I'm pretty sure once that velocity drops off, they are not gonna be happy about going through this tight a barrel. I will chrono the first shot for giggles, but it's probably gonna drag a lot. Or blow up in my face. Nah, that's never happened before. 266. I have nothing to base that on. I haven't tested this barrel with Grimberg Jewels. So who knows? That's 5. I probably should test with the Jewels just for kicks. 683 is definitely too tight, guys. But what do you think? I think that was 50. 326 with a 9.9, I think is 50. Barrel's an inch longer. Yeah. Catch you on the next one.